Welcome everyone. So, today we are going to discuss about one of the collision resolution technique, that is open addressing. So, first let us review the last class. So, in last class we have discussed about the what is collision. So, what is collision? In a hash table, if more than one values or keys want to store at the same address, then collisions will happen. So, collisions will be resolved by the good hash functions, but the creation of a good hash function is a very difficult task. So, for that purpose, instead of using a good hash function or creating a good hash function, I am going to use these resolution techniques. So, in this we have the best resolution techniques. We have two best resolution techniques up to now. Those are the one is chaining, the second one is open addressing. So, in the last class we have discussed about the chaining collision resolution techniques. So, what is collision? What is chaining? So, in chaining, if the collision is happened at that address, the whatever the values are representing the same address, those all will be stored in a linked list like this manner. So, in this if you see, so 11 is representing to the 1. So, 11 is representing to 1. So, only one value, it is available only one value. So, this 11 create one separate linked list for 1 and stores only one value. Why? Because we have only 11 for representing 1, but here the 95 and 55 are representing to the same address, that is 5. So, here I created a linked list with 2 nodes. In the at the value of 1, only one node is created in the linked list, but at 5 I created a 2 nodes linked list. Why? Because the two nodes or 2 values are representing the same address. So, like this I will solve a collision problem. But what are the main disadvantages by using the chaining? The main disadvantage is it will take a more space. Why? Because it needs to store address also, it needs to store address also. So, for that purpose it requires a more storage space. And see here in this hash table I am going to store 3 values, but I have used only 2 fields, that is the 1 and 5. Why? Because the 2 fields are representing, 2 data fields are representing the same address. Okay. So, remaining all the fields or remaining all the slots are unavailable or unoccupied. So, here the space is also wasted. One is it requires more space for storing the addresses, and another one is already occupied or already reserved slots will be not used in some cases. So, for that we are using a open addressing. So, open addressing is a closed hashing, I can say it is a closed hashing. Now, let us see in the chaining what happened. See, here I have only 7 data fields, but I have stored the data outside of the hash table, So, the chaining process is a open hashing, chained process is a open hashing. So, why open hashing? Why? Because the values which are stored is out of the hash table. Am I right? So, in open addressing, whatever the values I will store, those will be stored within the hash table only. So, that is why this open addressing field is called as a closed hashing. And now, so whatever the values I have to insert, those will be arranged within the hash table, and so all the keys may get a chance to store the values. Like in chaining some of the nodes or some of the addresses does not have any occupation, but if you use open addressing, it makes sure that all the addresses fields or the places will be occupied. So, for suppose like in the previous one, so 95 and 55 are representing the same address field, that is 5. So, if that happens in open addressing field, then what it will do? It will search for another free space. So, if I already have a data at particular key or address, so the open addressing technique will search for another free space, and if you find the free space, then the value will be stored at that free space. So, here I am searching for the free space. That searching is called as a probing. That searching is called as probing. Now, let us see one example. So, let us suppose it is my hash table. This hash table contains a values 11 at 1, 75 at 5. For suppose if my hash function is as usual, I am using a division method, that is x percentile t. For suppose if I want to insert 65, as you know the drill, if you pass the 65 in the hash function, I will get a key value as 5. If I want to insert 5, see here already 5 contains 75, then what happens? See, it search for another free space. So, like that, see, it will search here or anywhere it can search. The searching is depending upon your technique. Now, let us search here. So, 5, the next it is, let us assume it is considering the next space. So, 5 is already occupied. So, it is searching 6. So, 6 is available. So, the whatever the value I want to insert, the 65 will be sorted in a next free space, that is 6. This way the open address field will work. So, unlike in the chaining, it stores within the hash table. So, if any values are or any places are not occupied, those values or those places will be occupied by the collision values, like this. See, okay. How it is going to search the next open address field or next available address field? So, for that I need some techniques. So, in open addressing I have 3 types of techniques, those are a linear probing, quadratic probing and double hashing. So, linear and quadratic double hashing have some different methodology to find a next allowed or unoccupied address space. Let us see one by one. First, we will discuss about linear probing. Okay. So, it is a very simplest method in a collision resolution technique, which comes under open addressing, the linear probing is the best technique. So, as usual, the linear probing what will it do? If any collision will happen, it search for or it will generate a new key which is already available in the hash table. How it is going to generate? It needs some function. So, that new key function is here. That new key function is this one, h of k I equals to h dash of k plus I and modular of m. So, what are these values? Let us see one by one. See, h dash of k. What is h dash of k? H dash of k is nothing but already generated key. Already, if you want to insert a value into a hash table, first I will do some hash function. Am I right? So, that output I will consider as a address. If that address is not available, then collision will happen. Then I have to generate a new key. So, already generated key is known as h of k. Now, I is the probing number. So, what is probing number? As I already told you, the probing is nothing but searching. So, the next address field where I have to search will be defined by the I. So, whether it has to search the immediate address field or it has to search after 5 fields, it will be decided by the I. So, this I is nothing but a probing number, the searching number. It must be between n and 0, and 0. So, initial value is, it can start from 0 up to n. So, what is n? N is the size of the hash table. For suppose if I can store a 10 values in a hash table, then that means this 10 is nothing but n. N is the size of the hash table. Now, h of k I is nothing but, so whatever the values, whatever the process we are doing here, it will create a new key or new address, that will be known as the HKI. It is the new one. So, it is created by the linear probing methodology. So, how will I can do? So, first I will add this I means probing number. First I will add probing number to the generated key. Next I will modular with the n, that is the size of the hash table. Then the result will be known as a new hash key, Okay. Now, so initially if I have a function like this, so what are the initial values? First, h dash of k, it is nothing but it is my hash function. As usual, I am going to use a simple hash function which is available in the predefined hash functions, that is the division method, which can be value will be divided by 10. So, it is the same hash function I am using. The next one now initial probe number is 1. So, initially I am doing a probe number is 1. So, you can see any number 0 to n. For suppose n means, so it is the size of the hash table, am I right? So, n is 5. So, I can take a 0 or 1, 2, 3 up to 6, 0 to 6 I can take any values. So, but best method is at any time, if you take I as 1, it is the best use process. Either you can use any value between 0 to 7, okay. But the best process is, let us take a 1, let us start from value 1, okay. Now, I want to insert values, so let us go to the process. Now, if I want to insert a 95, as you know the drill, 95 percentile 10 means it can be stored at 5. So, 5 is already available, so I am storing the 95 at 5. Again, I want to insert 21. So, 21 percentile 10 means it can store at 1, am I right? 21 percentile 10 means the key is 1, 1 is available. So, the value can be stored at 1. Okay, up to now these are common thing in any hash table or any hash functions. But see here, if I want to insert a 41, then here also the key value is same, h of 41 is 1. So, let us check what happens, that at 1 already I have a 1, that is 21. So, collision is happened. So, what is the process I have to do? I have to do the linear probing to get the new address field. So, what is the linear probing function? Linear probing function is h of k of I, h dash of k plus I modular of n. Already I explained what are the fields. Now, let us take the values. So, h dash of k means already generated k equals to 41. So, h of 41 already I generated in the last slide. So, that is a 1. Now, the initially my probing value is I equals to 1, and the size of the hash table is, you can see I can store that 7 values. So, the size of the hash table is 7. If I do like this, then now h dash of 41. So, 1 plus 1, 2, am I right? So, 2 modular of 7. So, here what is modular? So, modular is also works as a percentile, am I right? So, if 2 modular 7 means, so whatever the result we are taking, the output is nothing but a remainder of the division. Remainder of the division is nothing but modular. So, if you divide a 7 with 2, then the remainder is 2, am I right? Remainder is 2. So, I can store a value, the new key is 2. Now, I have generated a new key 2. So, I can store a value at second place. See, first I have to insert at 1, but at 1 I have faced a collision. So, I generated a new key with the function h of k of I and h already generated key plus a probing value, and the complete result will be divided with the size of the hash table. Then my final key is 2. So, now the 2 is available. So, I successfully inserted a 41 at 2. Let us take another one. So, now I want to insert 101. As you know, the function generates 1. As you see, 1 has a value. So, now it is a collision. Now, I have to follow key generation. Now, what is my key generation function? Key generation function. Now, h of k of I the same thing. So, here my k value is nothing but what the value I have to insert, that key value is 101. Next, h dash of k, that is 101 is equal to 1. Now, initially my probing value is 1. So, my I equals to 1. Next, size of the hash table is 7. Those are all same, only the k value is changed. Now, if I apply those values, now h of 101 means 1. So, 1 plus 1 means 2. So, 2 modular of 2, as you know, the value is 2. If you check like this, at the second address field also we have a value. Again I have faced the collision. If like this happens, what I have to do? Then I have to increase my probing value. To a next value. Now, initially if first collision happens, my probing value is 1. So, again after applying a probing value also, if the collision happens, then what I have to do? I have to increment the probing value. So, now my probing value is I equals to 2. Initially my probing value is 1. Now, my probing value is 2. Okay. If like this, then H101 is already 1 with the probing value 1 plus 2. If I add with 2, then what will happen? 1 plus 2 equals to 3. Am I right? So, 3 modular of 7 means 3. C modular of 3 means 3 modular of 7 means the value is C. So, see here I can store the value at 3. Now, the new value 101 is inserted in the hash table at the address. Like this, I have to probe again and again until I can find the empty address field. Okay. Let us go some other values. If I want to insert 66, so 66, so initially, so 66 percentile 10 means key value is 6. Initially, I do not have a value at 6, so I inserted a value at 6. So, 66. Now, if I want to 16, so let us follow the process, let us do the process yourself. Now, 16, again my hash value is, my hash key is 6, already 6 is available. So, then I have to generate a key. If I generate a key, I need a generation function, the linear probing function, that is hk of I equals to h dash of k plus I modular of n. Now, let us see the values. Now, my k value is 16, h dash of k equals 16 equals to 6. Initial my probing value is I equals to 1. Now, n equals to the size of the hash table is 7. If I apply these values, h dash of 16 means 6 plus 1, 7 modular of 7, 0. So, I can store 16 at 0th address field. Okay. Now, if I insert 44, then my address field is 44. So, initially at 4 I do not have any values. So, I can directly store 44 at 4. Okay. Already the hash table is filled. If at this time, if I want to store a new value, then what will happen? So, now I want to insert a value 100. Okay. Now, if I pass the 100 into a hash function, as you know, 100% of 10, the value is 0. So, 0 is already occupied, am I right? So, n equals to 7, that means the size of the hash table is 7. If you apply these values into a probing function, what will happen? Let us try to do this complete process in your own way. I am directly giving the values. So, if I apply the first time, if the probing value is 1, so 0 plus 1 equals to 1, 1 modular of 7 means 1. So, now key is 1. So, let us see, 1 is occupied. Next, I have to increase the probing value, that is 2. If I apply 2, the hash key is 2. Okay. So, 2 is already occupied, then I have to increment next probing value 3. If I apply 3, next the upcoming value is 3. So, upcoming key is 3. 3 is also occupied. Next again I have to increment my probing value. Now, I am incrementing 3 to the 4. If I apply 4, already 4 is occupied. I have to increment, then 5, then 5, if I increment to the 5, the 5 probing value generates the key as 5, 5 is occupied, again I am incrementing my probing value. So, like this, if I have to increment until I find the empty space, but here see I have only 7 values available, then until I how much value I can increment, as I previously discussed in the previous slides, the I value must be between the size of the hash table, that is n 0 to n, between 0 to n. Okay. Now, my hash value is my probing value is 6, am I right. So, now rule is the I value, the probing value must be less than n. So, now my probing value is 6. Can I increment the probing value? No. If I increment 7, so 7 less than 7? No, it will be wrong. So, I cannot increment the probing value further. So, already up to the end, up to my range, I increased the probing value, but I am unable to find a space for a new value. Then my operation is not possible. So, I can say that my hash table is full or my insertion is failed. So, like this I can increment a probing value up to n minus 1. So, less than n means up to n minus 1 I can increment up to that. After that you can say a insertion is failed. Okay. So, let us conclude this session. So, in this we discussed about what is open addressing, why we are using open addressing, and open addressing contains the 3 values, that is 3 functionalities, those are linear probing, quadratic probing, double hashing. In this lecture we discussed about a linear probing. Okay. In next lecture we will discuss about a quadratic probing. Okay. Thank you.